Thought it'd be fun to come over here and walk through memory lane. And memory lane is now like demolished. Good old Kearns American Ballpark. Welcome to my childhood. Where I'm standing now used to be Kearns American Ballpark. I'm going to my mom's house today, and she lives about a half a mile from here. And my sister had told me that they're doing a project on this field, and we were pretty excited. We thought it was going to be renovated to get the baseball fields up and running again, because man, these are right in the heart of Kearns, my hometown, and this is where I spent like every day almost of the summer, like from the time I was 6 or 7. I mean, my older brother played, Tommy played baseball here. My little brother Kelly played baseball here. I played baseball here for 6 years. Thought it'd be fun to come over here and walk through memory lane. And memory lane is now like demolished, and it kind of makes me sad, because this is where I played baseball. And now there's a tire and there's rubbish, and it's just really sad that they let these ballparks go, because they were beautiful ballparks back in the day. So many memories are just flooding through. I remember being the catcher, and I was kind of a little bit chunkier dude, but I would hustle, I would try, and I remember just jumping for the balls all over the place, and a big fast pitcher broke my finger once right here. And remember when I was a little kid, I got mad and I threw my bat at the backstop and it about gave a lady a heart attack, and I stomped over to the dugout, sat in a big wad of gum, and my dad was so mad. I got in a lot of trouble for that because I had a temper. I still do have a temper, but obviously controlling that was a big lesson I had to learn as a kid. But boy, you'd get a foul ball, you get a free snow cone if you brought it to the shack. And I just remember my grandparents and my parents coming and sitting on the stands, or being parked out where my 4Runner is right now and honking if you'd get a hit or making a good play. And this was the place. I mean, this was the place where all the kids in Kearns, at least in my part of Kearns, hung out. And man, it's just kind of a trip. It's really cool that they're doing this project. They're turning it into a lacrosse and soccer field, and I've really grown to love lacrosse. My oldest son Ethan plays it. Such a cool sport. But baseball is still the pastime of America, so part of me wishes that they would just renovate this and make kids play baseball. It's great. Kids play baseball. Oh man, here's where the old snack bar and upstairs they have the scorekeeper and the announcer. Spent a lot of money getting grape and cherry snow cones, and Chico sticks, all sorts of crazy candy here. Probably my favorite candy was that Fun Dip. You remember the Fun Dip? Had like the different flavored sugary, or some of it was sour. You'd have that little sugared stick. You lick it and dip it into the powder and lick it off. Man, that was good stuff. And they used to have that bubble gum that was watermelon. It was like a long watermelon stick. That was awesome. You just shove as much in. We go boom, boom, boom. Sunflower seeds. They'd have hamburgers and stuff like that here too. Man, nothing tastes as good as ballpark food, I tell you what. Especially when you'd get that foul ball and you'd get your free snow cone. I wish I could get the old snow cone machine from here. That would be awesome. Look at it now. There's the old Coke fountain. Here's part of me is really sad to see my place where I had my childhood dreams and so many fun memories be reduced to a pile of rubble and a field of weeds instead of a field of dreams. But obviously that's how life works. I never hit a home run. You can see where the fence is out there. My older brother, I think he hit a home run. My younger brother, Chunk, he was a big hitter. I was just kind of I'd always be a sucker for those high fastballs. So I'd strike out a lot. I was an all-star a couple times. That was pretty decent. But here are the benches where the bleachers were. My grandma used to yell at the umpires, and oh, those are good times. I still remember my first two coaches. Ernie was my first manager's name, and he had a good friend named Rick. And those two, man, they spent a lot of time just volunteering to help us kids learn how to play baseball. I really appreciate that. I've never had the time, really, or the energy to coach a team, but I really certainly look up to people like that who did. And I'm 44 now, so that's been almost 4 decades, and I still remember my first coach's name, Ernie. There were some Major League Baseball players who came through here too. There's a family that they were great at baseball, the Duckworths. My little brother, that's his claim to fame, is he hit a home run off Brandon Duckworth over one of those fences, 175 yards or feet, miles. It seemed like 175 yards to me because I never hit a home run. I remember like hitting a foul ball that I thought was going to be a home run, and it just didn't go over. When I was a younger kid, I hit the top of the fence. At least that's my memory. It might have never happened. But my parents spent a lot of time here too, because they were going back and forth between that field and this field, that field and this field, watching us play. And a lot of fun. My older sister, Tammy, she played softball at a different field. But the three boys, we spent a lot of time here. So a lot of my love for baseball and for sports was thanks to Kearns American. So hats off to you, Kearns American. I hope the kids that start playing on this field, whether it's soccer or lacrosse or whatever the sports they do, will have as many good memories as I do, and maybe in 40 years they'll come back here and walk around. Hopefully it's taken better care of, because this was a baseball gym. I miss those days. I think I could make myself shed a tear or two if I stayed here reminiscing too much longer. Man, playing for the Rangers, all sorts of different teams. I was never on the Braves. I love the Braves. They're my favorite team. Man, what a trip. I'm gonna go over here to the Pee Wee field. So now I'm like out in the outfield, and there used to be a fence right here, and so you could stand here and watch the minors and the majors play, and then you could also be here and watch the little Pee Wees play. So a lot of parents that had kids of various ages would stand here and watch. And there used to be like the old-fashioned scoreboard where you'd climb up there, and you'd have the placards with the different numbers on there and all the different innings, and that was fun. You got to pick a treat from the snack bar if you helped out keeping score, because obviously and that's part of the baseball tradition, is having the scoreboard out in the outfield and people changing it. And now we're over here on the little Pee Wee field. It's where the dugout used to be. Pitcher's got a rubber arm and doesn't know how to use it. Pitcher in a hole 10 feet deep, can't get out, so he pitches with his feet. We're pretty intimidating with our cheers. Hey, batta, 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 swing! Man, I love baseball. I love sports. I think part of the reason this makes me sad that this baseball field wasn't kept up is just because I think of all the memories that kids in this neighborhood didn't get because they might have been inside playing video games instead of out here at Kearns American playing baseball. And whether you're good or bad, it was just fun to be with the guys, just playing. You're part of a team. You learn sportsmanship even after throwing your bat at the backstop, and thankfully that bat didn't kill somebody. But there's so many valuable lessons you can learn from sports, and so to see a trashed field like this is really a pity. So I look forward to coming back here when they have the restoration complete, and I hope my son gets to play a lacrosse game here. That would be a trip. That would be just awesome. The last time I came by here, the old snack bar was still up, and I was hoping that we could see a little bit more of what it used to look like, but they've started the initial demolition phase to get this place going, apparently. I'm surprised I was able to get in, because I think the last time there was a chain up there and they didn't want people to come in here and hooligans messing around with the place. But man, this makes me want to go to a baseball game now. Oh look, there's these people that lived behind the field, they got so many balls in their backyard. I might have given them a couple foul balls. I didn't ever give them the home run like I talked about. Looks like is this an old baseball? Maybe it's just a tennis ball. No one cares about a tennis ball. I do love tennis, but I was thinking that would have been cool. Well, it doesn't look like there are any bits of memorabilia that I can steal from this place, so I'm just gonna reminisce here for a minute. Thanks for walking down memory lane with me. Go Kearns American. These ballparks are in an older part of Kearns. Most of Kearns is a bit old now. I bet if this ballpark were in a newer subdivision or in a different city, they probably would have torn it down by now and built a cul-de-sac or something with a bunch of houses. They probably could have put a couple streets in here and made a ton of money. So it's pretty cool that they didn't do that, and that they're gonna still devote this land to kids and sports, because heaven knows that we need more active kids. We lived close enough to here. We'd ride our bikes here, and you know, you'd put your mitt on the handlebar and just ride away, and you could hear the loudspeaker from my house, so you knew if they were playing baseball. And man, I just loved it because, you know, my parents were there, my grandparents were there. Dang. A lot of great memories. Kearns High School is green and gold and white, and so they must have changed the colors of the ballpark after I was here, because when I was here it was red, white, and blue. It was total Americana. I'm back in my car. I'm gonna pretend I'm my grandparents and it's raining or something, and they're out here honking. Go Jody! Woohoo! Kearns American Ballpark. I guess it's a dog park now too.